Hello, thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm just going to walk through some grounding techniques that you can easily use in your everyday life, but as well as after meditation, if you're having a hard time coming back to your space, or if the practice brought something uncomfortable with it. The first one that I tend to use a lot is just grounding in your 5 senses. So you're just taking notice of things with each of your senses one at a time. So you might start with tactile, or the sense of touch. Just notice how your feet feel against the floor, how your clothes feel against your body, maybe how your hair is laying, if you have any jewelry, how that feels against your skin, things of that nature. Then you can use sight, so how my shirt lays against my skin, the way that my watch looks on my wrist, the way that my feet look against the floor. You can use taste. I don't tend to use that one very much, but you can notice how your mouth tastes, or you can chew something, chew gum, eat a mint, things like that to use it to ground into that sense. I've also heard of people using spices or hot sauce to help ground themselves during a panic attack because it's a more aggressive flavor, so it's going to draw your attention more easily, and then you can use that to ground yourself. You can also use hearing, so noticing if maybe you hear birds outside, or the air conditioner on, or other people moving around the space that you're in. And then there's also smell. That's another one that I don't use too often because there isn't always something that stands out. But you can use other things to ground through your smell, like scented lotions or perfumes or essential oils or candles, just things that you smell and focus on to ground yourself back into that. Another one that I use a lot is kind of goes back to that tactile sense. I might keep like something soft nearby that I can rub if I'm feeling overwhelmed or need something to ground myself to, or I might have a bracelet that I fidget with and focus on the texture of the beads, things like that. You can also do things as simple as pushing your feet into the floor a little bit harder so that there is that pressure that you're building, but not in a harmful way. If it starts to hurt, please don't do that. You can also just like take a sip of water and move it around your mouth before you swallow. Things like that. You can also use some various breathing techniques. The most simple one is just breathing in through your nose and out your mouth. There's another form that is called, or usually referred to as a cleansing breath, and you can just inhale through the nose and sigh out the mouth when you exhale. Another more simple breathing exercise that can be modified really easily is square breathing. So the base concept is that you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and breathe out for 4 seconds. You can modify that if you have a hard time holding your breath or a harder time inhaling that long. You can shorten the amount of time or lengthen it if that suits you better. The base concept is just that you are breathing in, holding your breath, and breathing out for the same amount of time consistently. And that's helpful because your body can eventually start to regulate that on its own and do it without you consciously counting it. Another breathing technique, I've seen various modifications of this one as well, but the base one is usually breathe in for 7 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, breathe out for 8 seconds. This one can actually trick your brain into calming down. It switches your system from the fight or flight to the more calm, natural state that we prefer to be in. I hope that these grounding techniques can help you and that you will be able to utilize them whenever needed.